Hi peoples, it is July 4th, 2026. July 4th, happy 4th of July. I'm just leaving my dad's. I took him to the grocery store today. It's been so hot. Had a good visit. I said I would update everybody. Oh my God, I took him to Lowe's and he went on a rampage. All his bipolar came out, all of his frustration and anger came out, but it gave me the opportunity to see him in action. Through these eyes, these adult eyes. And I saw my dad in a different light. I'm sorry, I think there's some kind of light problem here, but not really. I saw my dad through different eyes, adult eyes. Well, should I say adult? How about eyes that understood him? Changed my perception of my dad. While he was pitching that fit, I actually saw myself. Thank you, Gene. Gene just got back in. He got me a little lottery ticket. It's a number 4. It's special because 4 is special to me. But anyway.
Last 4 here, $30.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so back to what I was saying. It gave me an opportunity to see my dad in all his glory cuss and fuss and complain and whine. And when I was a child, I felt like deep down inside, if I could just fix the situation or be perfect, he wouldn't have to act that way and life would be good, because, well, he sure would embarrass me. And yesterday it was borderline embarrassed. I mean, I was getting a little, I don't care what I've learned, borderline. I was, it all was coming out in the wash, and it was washing away in Lowe's right there in front of everybody, because the more he got angered, the more I decided that he wasn't going to act that way, and I was controlling it. But it worked, but I don't need to control him. It's his. I figured out a different way. I'll get to that in a minute. As I was looking at him and watching him, I no longer was angry with him. In that brief moment, I had an opportunity that I've never ever had with him, is to see him like that and not be mad, to recognize that he was a child, 2 years old, maybe a good 3.5-year-old pitch a fit, like with some action behind it. But he was on one of those driving machines. He couldn't do anything. The angrier he got, the less he couldn't breathe. And it was all over. He told me to get myself a plant. Well, I did. Instead of spending $20 on one plant, I got 6 plants that were on clearance for $2. Well, the little girl rung it up wrong, and she didn't mean to. Well, the override needed a supervisor, where there was none, because, okay, let's just face it, when you go in Lowe's, it's not what it was 20 years ago. This little girl was an angel, and I told her to, because he cussed her, he cussed around her, he cussed about her, he cussed her upside down and the other, one side and the other, under his breath, above his breath, beneath his breath. I mean, it was something.
Out loud.
Yes, out loud in front of everybody, and it was full, and of course we were one of the only registers that was working, so we had a big line forming, and here's my little plants and my dirt. We had to go there and get an air conditioner. God knows that's another story. If we hadn't been there, he would have had to slept in my camper, and he would have smoked, and I couldn't. See, it was a miracle yesterday that we even were there. His air conditioner blew out. That's why we were in Lowe's. This is why I'm telling you this story. The man was an asshole, but he was a little boy asshole. And for all those mothers out there that have ever had a 3.5-year-old little boy, you know that underneath all that is just an angry, tired, hungry little man who needs a nap. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's the truth. And he needed a big nap. Now, he would have gotten a spanking when he was a child, and I'm sure that's where all the anger formed. And now that he's an adult, he can pitch his fits, but not with me. So next time, I love you, Dad. Thank you. I can't judge him. I've done the same thing. And I told him about that. I had the opportunity to show mercy and grace even after growing up like that. And And this little boy didn't deliver my Uber order. He gave it away to someone else. And I'm not even going to say his name, but I told him how stupid he was, how unqualified he was for that job, how unqualified basically he was to do anything other than just screw up. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do nothing until I could apologize to him. And boy, did I did, because it made me feel bad. Well, it did make my dad feel bad when I told him this story. And I can laugh at him for that because he was honest with me, and I'm thankful. He was transparent. It didn't make him feel bad. He didn't feel bad at all. He felt bad that it embarrassed me, and that I called him down in front of everybody and took responsibility for being the one that chose the plants, the one that caused the whole thing. Because that's what I did. I told everybody, hello, I did this. While he's pitching his fit, I did this, not that little girl. It's my fault. Everybody knows if you're going to buy a clearance plant, bring out in the garden department, not in regular Lowe's. Well, not me, of course. But I needed that. I needed to see that, so the next time I feel like I should pitch a fit, I can remember that. And remember the fact that I'm not a 3.5 little girl, and year-old little girl. I'm an adult 55-year-old girl, a woman who got the privilege of seeing her dad in all of his vulnerability and decided to choose grace and mercy because I saw myself. And I realized that's why I was so mad. The very man that made me so upset and so childhood PTSD. I suffered from that for years. Didn't know what it was. About the time I figured it out, I started getting healed from it because my perception started changing. When an adult figures out that they're not responsible for things when they were a child, that it was just something they had to learn, either they'll understand this or they won't. But I understand it now. And it's caused me to look at my parents differently. I love them. I don't want to be them. And somewhere deep down inside, I know they don't want me to be them. And they do their job so well, especially if you believe they came to this planet to assist me and help me be what I came here to be. They've done a very good job. My dad was a 3.5-year-old little child in Lowe's. And he's 81 years old. And he didn't feel bad about it. But that was his right. So the next time, if there is a next time, I took him to Food Line today, but I wouldn't go in with him. I sat in the car and listened to 2 podcasts. It was beautiful. I was a little worried and concerned about him. But after we established he didn't need me, I figured he could go in there on his own. He rode his little machine. So when I thought about this, controlling him is not my opt. I do not want to control him. We just saw all this with his friend. He and I got to walk through this together. So telling him what to do is controlling him. He doesn't need a mommy. He had one. She did her job. He knows right from wrong. He needed me to step back and declare what my boundary was, and that is that I'm not taking him anywhere if he's going to act like that. And if he is, he's on his own. I'm going to the car. He can get himself back to the car where I'm at, and then I will take him home, and we will discuss the boundaries further, and I won't take him anymore. He can call an Uber driver, or he can get someone else to take him. But that's not going to stop me from understanding that that was his right to act that way. I mean, would you call it bad? I would have 2 days ago. But then it was an opportunity, if you will, a fruit tester. An opportunity to grow or to jump right in there with him. Because there was a couple people was getting mad. He was agitated. Not them the way he was acting. They were joining in on his little bandwagon. Like, where's this wood? That's when I said, hey, excuse me, if you want to holler at anybody, please don't holler at that little girl. It's not her. doing that for any kind of, that's nothing. I've been those people. I've been that little girl. I guess what I'm trying to say is we've all been each other. So today, instead of taking a little time to enjoy yourself, take a little time and enjoy the understanding of maybe somebody that you observe is exactly what you needed to see to show yourself how you act ridiculous sometimes. I know it sure didn't put a magnifying glass on me when I'm sitting there trying to look at my dad the same way he was looking at everybody else and realize that he is me. And damn it, whether I want to believe it or understand it or not, the programming that I got as a child, I did it. I recreated it with my children. So to my children, I'm sorry. I didn't know. But I do now. And there's no excuse for it. I'm not 3.5. And if I start acting like that way, and Jean can tell you that I have, and probably, I know I still can. And then God, I know that is needed for basically a checkpoint. But we could show some mercy and grace. We never know what somebody's going through. My dad did not want to spend the money on that air conditioner. He lost his magic. He's limited himself to the very little he has, not understanding that there was someone there to fix it. He did not have to be hot. He had the money in his pocket to buy a new air conditioner, and the very one that was in his window had been given to him. Yeah. And then, that being said, he's still not mad or sad or anything. That doesn't bother him. He had to spend the money. But then that goes back to bipolar. See, we never know what someone's going through. And this whole time I've been judging him like he could just snap out of it and be a really good dad. Right back to the whole taking him to Lowe's episode, I realized he was the best damn dad he could be. Nothing more, nothing less. He's still true to who he is. So I just try to encourage him not to feel guilty. Because that's kind of sad. He would spend his whole life living like that and not be happy with it. I don't know, to all you my age in your 50s, 60s, whatever, dealing with 3.5-year-old parents, I salute you. Make sure you take time out for yourself. And for those that don't have 3.5-year-old parents, I bless you. I mean, hey, be thankful. Give them a kiss. They still got all their whole mind and they use it. My dad does have enough of a mind, which he's a brilliant man. He's charismatic. He's beautiful. Everybody loves him. He has his own place and he takes care of himself. He has been helped along the way by some wonderful people and some people that you probably wouldn't consider wonderful. But when I look back, I'm very thankful for each and every one of them, because if it hadn't have been for them, I would have had the responsibility of trying to take care of him all these years. And when I have been in his life, until recently, it's been a burden I could not carry. And it's not a burden anymore. It's just me learning that this is my father. I can either accept him. I don't have to. I don't have to choose this path. I can just let him go. But I'm enjoying learning. Right now I am. Tomorrow it might be different. But just out there for you to think about. When you're in the line at Lowe's, if you see an old man pitching a fit, it could be my dad. It really could. And if it is, video it so I can put it on my Facebook and show him, this is what you look like, Dad. Matter of fact, I didn't even think of it. Maybe I should have done that. He doesn't like to be videoed. Anyway, this has gotten really long, but I just thank you happens to those people that, and the ones that don't, for being able to tolerate them. Because at one time I couldn't, and I'm not going to feel guilty about that. Neither should you. But if you were like them,